Hey there. Alright, so this video is about the URBANFUNs, the latest ones out. Everyone's been talking about the YBs. This is the box they come in. So let me start this video by saying I'm not that impressed. I know people are flipping out about these. They're so good. They're better than things that are worth $2,000. I don't know about that. Okay, so let's talk about the box first. I don't really care about the box. The ThieAudios that I did a video on those previously, they came in this inside of a brown box. I'm totally happy with that. I don't care about packaging. Packaging means nothing to me. You guys may like packaging, it might impress you, it doesn't impress me. I just want a simple case to hold. You know, if this thing showed up with this and a couple of tips, I'd have been totally fine with that. I'd been happy with that. I don't care about this. But the reason I'm even saying it is that they were in here. It was just like this when I got it, right? You see these holes right here? The IEMs don't fit in there. These were obviously meant for a different set of IEMs. I'll tell you what does fit in here. Tin T4s fit in here. I'm wondering if this was the box for the Tin T4s and they made a mistake. I don't know, because this is, I think, put out by Linsol. I could be wrong, but so anyway, there's nothing in there, and I was like right away going, crap, did I not get the IEMs? And then I took this and I opened it up, and it was like, oh yeah, here they are. Okay, so I did get them, but they don't fit in there. So that's the first thing that was kind of weird. Let's put this aside a minute. I don't want to confuse things. So these are the tips. You can see I used the ones that came on them. They actually fit really well. I didn't have a problem with them. They fitted my ear really good, so I didn't bother with these. It comes with this little thing here, this little pill box, and it's got these tips in it. And this looks kind of cool at first, but these tips are freaking garbage. I wish they just hadn't put these in here. You know what I mean? It just kind of, I wish they just said, here you go, and it was just in a little cardboard box. This would have been much better. It'd have been much more like, or much less of a letdown. But box doesn't fit the IEMs, and then these things are a joke. I mean, if I bought these tips off Amazon, I'd have sent them back immediately. They're just like pieces of loose foam that they forgot to finish making or something. They don't stick on there. They fall right off. They don't stick in your ear well, and there's no like tube in them, so they're just complete mush. You know, they're crap. Sorry to tell you, these things they shouldn't have put them in. They're just worthless. I guess if you like the little metal box for something, yeah, fine. If maybe you keep aspirin in your pocket or something, I don't know. So anyway, enough of that. So let's get to this, the IEM. I like the little case. I think it's a cool little case. It's got everything you need, and it fits good in your pocket. Very nice looking, very well made. You know, it has a really quality feel to it and a real quality look to it. So that's cool, you know. Definitely took their time there, or well, I don't know, maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but they feel weighty, you know. It feels like a good solid IEM. You know, it feels like it's made of solid metal actually. So nice connector, very crisp. I really like the cable. I will say that the cable's thin. I'm starting to really like these cables that are thin and just stay out of your way, right? I've got some thick fancy cables. Maybe I'll do a video about that sometime, but I sometimes they're a pain in the butt, you know. This is very thin. I don't even notice it's on me. There's no chin slider, which, you know, if you're not going to put a chin slider on that actually works, I'd rather you just didn't. You know, I don't want something sliding up and down just as it feels. So I'm okay with it. There's no chin slider on here. I like the little hook. The hook fits my ear really well, makes these really comfortable. I will say the fit on these is excellent. I can actually lay down on my pillow with these in my ear and I don't feel it. It doesn't feel uncomfortable at all, and it doesn't press it into my ear and make one side sound really bassy and muffled and the other side sound, you know, not. So very, very comfortable fit. Now onto the sound. When I put them on my M11 Pro, I was disappointed. I'm just gonna say that. I thought I'd gotten a bad pair. I'm like, wow, these sound like crap. I mean, who would say these are better than $2,000 IEMs? I mean, for me, I plugged the blondes in because I thought maybe there's something wrong with my hearing. You know, maybe something happened and I didn't realize it. So I plugged the blondes in and they sounded way better. Sounded fantastic. I put these back in and I'm like, what is going on? These things sound terrible on the M11 Pro. And by terrible, I mean I cranked this thing up to like 70%, and I started getting some decent sound at that point, but I really had to crank it up, and it felt like everything was sitting way back. Then I put it into my desktop amp, my IEM, and it sounded a lot better. It did sound a lot better. It was as if it needed more power to really get these to play right. Then I plugged it into my my monolith or monoprice monolith portable THX amp. Really sounded good on that. Well, I should say this: it sounded much better on that. Not really good, but much better. I would say the signature on these is very, very flat. Nothing is forward. Everything is like level, right? Vocals, treble, bass is like straight across the board. And whatever graphs are saying, that's fine. My ears are telling me that these are very flat, very studio monitor-ish sounding. And for me, so when I listen to an IEM, what I want to hear right away is some kind of excitement. You know, I want to listen to it and go, oh wow, that's really sounds nice. Like that pleasing effect that you get in your brain when something sounds really good to you, right? You know, that kind of like endorphin release or whatever you want to call it, but right away you go, oh yeah, that's nice. You know, I got that with the Blondes. The Blondes actually had a kind of strange signature to me. Maybe, I don't know how you guys felt about them, but they had kind of this weird signature, like some things sounded different than they did on other IEMs. But I really liked it, and I kept wanting to listen and listen, you know. With these, I kept wanting to listen and listen, hoping they would sound good. I kept going, wow, where is it? Where is it that everyone's talking about? I just never really got there. I will say that on certain tracks, certain jazz tracks, where there was a lot of detail and music tended to be kind of flat, and I could crank them up on that monolith amp, that portable amp, they sounded good on those. And I didn't super enjoy it, but I did not like it. I felt like, oh yeah, that sounds really good. I can hear everything. You know, I would say this, you know, for $59, in fact, if you're asking for $59, would you buy it? Would I be wasting my money to spend $59 on these? I'm gonna say no. And I'm gonna say no because if this is a hobby thing, let's say it this way. If this is a hobby thing for you, like you're trying to find really good sound and you're spending your money and you're spending, say, a couple $100 every month on a new set of IEMs trying to find the right thing, then no, $59, they're totally worth it. They have a very nice cable. They got a nice little case. The tips are decent. They sound pretty good. Some people seem to love these things. For me, the sound signature just isn't there. It's too flat for me, and I don't really like it. I want some excitement in my music, and I want to feel motivated when I'm listening to it. Like I want to keep listening, and I want to hear more. I didn't really get that with these. I wish they changed the packaging around a little and maybe give you a better selection of tips than what they gave you. But for $59, I've bought, let's put it this way, I've bought IEMs that were a lot more, that sounded about the same or worse than these. So yeah, $59, they're okay. They're pretty good. I'm going to tell you the Blondes sound better. I like the Blondes better for sure. The ThieAudio, the Legacies for $159, blow these away. Way better than these. Now, I wouldn't even compare the two. Now, I know some people are doing that. I wouldn't do it. I don't think they're that good. So if you like a really flat signature and you've got a device that has the power to play these, okay, go for it and see. Maybe you'll really like it. But I'm telling you now, I had on the M11 Pro, I had to crank this thing to like 70% volume to get these things to really sound decent. On a phone, I don't know if you'd be able to do it, to be honest with you. Maybe you can, but I don't think you'd get the kind of sound out of these that you'd be expecting. So if you don't have a lot of money to spend every month and you are kind of in this hobby and you're trying to, looking for your next set of IEMs, I would say save the $59 and save the $59 next month and save them the month after that and buy the ThieAudios, because those are completely worth the $159. They're okay. They're worth $59. Like I said, the build quality is super good on these. The case is nice. The cable's really good, and the sound is good if you've got the right equipment. It's just not exciting or mind-blowing. Okay, well that's my information I have on these. All right, thanks for watching, guys.